Welcome to the Madden Mastermind. This series will be an all-inclusive defensive ebook, starting from the foundation of building your MUT lineup or picking what team to use in regs and developing a scheme. I'll be using the 4-6 alternate playbook. You can also use the Kansas City Chiefs defensive playbook as well. Now in this video, I'll be discussing the lineup, then we'll talk about audibles, and lastly, we will cover some of the basic foundation for defending gun bunch. Let's get into it. The primary formations we're going to be using are nickel 3-3 cub, formerly known as nickel 3-3-5 wide, and dollar. Now, nickel 3-3 cub, we're going to be using cover 4 show 2, and we're going to be using Tampa 2. When it comes to dollar, we're going to be using cover 6 show 2, cover 4, as well as the infamous DB fire 2. Now, we're starting off in MUT, and you guys that play regs, hang on just a quick second. I'll show you guys the team that you must be using for this scheme. Fitzpatrick and Bayard have deep out zone KO. Nolan Cromwell has pick artist and deep in zone KO. And you notice how we have pretty trash linebackers. We're going to explain that here in just a quick second. When it comes down to our corners, we have Darrell Rivas and we have Charles Woodson. Both of them have pick artist and flat zone KO. Now you notice our linebackers, they're trash. Nolan Cromwell comes into play with his deep in zone KO. This is going to be primarily geared towards the dollar defense, but we're going to be using this for our nickel 3-3 cub as well. Now for my regs players, I would say this is the best team in both the NFL and in Madden, having 3 top 10 players on their roster. If you couldn't guess, it's going to be the Buffalo Bills. Tre'Davious White, while he's out for an ACL injury currently and should be returning here soon, I would say he is top 5 corners in the league based off of his past seasons with the Bills. When it comes to Madden, he is no exception to that rule, having pick artist, acrobat, and deep out zone KO. The things we're focusing on here are pick artist and a deep out zone KO. Jordan Poyer, also what I would say top 10 position in the league. He has deep out zone KO and mid zone KO, though we're not going to be using mid zone KO pretty much ever. Now to top this off, this is just a nice cherry on top. Micah Hyde, he's going to do just what we need him to do in Madden, having pick artist. So we've got our team set up in MUT, we've got our team picked for regs. Let's get into practice mode and talk about some simple blitzes you can use and coverage shells as well when we were facing the infamous gun bunch. This is where we're going to start applying the deep in zone KO at a sub linebacker position. You're going to have your deep in zone safety at the right of screen middle linebacker position, not the left. Now, if you have your MUT lineup correctly, this should be fairly simple. Your 2 safeties over the top are going to have your deep out zone KO. Now, we do have 2 free safeties with deep out zone KO, so we'd have to go ahead sub one of them for the strong safety position and keep the other one at free safety. No big deal. Moving down to your corners, both your corners, your number 1 and number 2 in your MUT lineup, should be aligned to the outside corner position with flat zone KO. If not, you just go ahead and make those manual substitutions as you need to. Now, when it comes to audibles, we're going to be using cover 4 drop contain, spinner, cover 6 show 4, and cover 3 buzz spy. Now we're going to be coming on DB fire 2, and as far as coaching adjustments go, we want auto alignment set to base, ball and air set to play receiver, don't have it set to player ball because it just doesn't do anything. Then from option defense, conservative, and all the way down to the very bottom, zone coverage set to match. So we're going to come on DB fire 2, and we're going to be focusing on 2 different corners. Corner strikes, that's Z-spot and stick. Those 3 corners are all slightly different, but Z-spot and corner strike are very similar. It is very simple. This right here is going to be your user. So we have a safety right here. You're going to blitz your user and crash your D-line outside. And if they happen to send 5 out with a route combination like this, we're going to go ahead and just scream at them. So right there, you can see we're getting pressure right off the edge. And we take away pretty much everything except for the corner out. And we're going to take White and Poyer. We're going to rotate them into a cover 3. So Tre'Davious White, LB, you're going to go up on the left stick. YYRB, go left on the right stick. And now we are running a kind of a cover 3 shell behind this. This does leave us open to a streak route from the number 1 receiver. The further adjustments we can do is taking X, man him up to X, and Y, man him up to the running back and run our defense like this. People aren't going to be looking for that number 1 receiver on a streak route unless it happens to be verticals. If it's Z-spot, corner strike, stick, mesh post, any other play other than verticals, this kind of defense right here is going to be perfectly fine to stop those particular plays. Now what we're going to do right here is we're going to take our user, we're going to go ahead and blitz our user, and in practice mode this blitz is not that great, but when you get into a game, especially with Mutt, it is insane. We're going to blitz our user and just kind of pull the attention of the line away, and more often than not, of course right now in practice mode it's not working, go figure, but more often than not you're going to get either an insane A-gap shed or one of the corners will randomly just come off the edge for whatever reason. We're going to go ahead and come out on this cover 6 show 4. Now, one thing about the cover 6 show 4 is that you need to make sure these two quarters are on the bunch side. And how this match defense is going to work against gun bunch is this inside quarter is responsible for the inside quarter part of the field. This outside quarter is responsible for an outside quarter deep threat, which includes corner outs from plays called Z-spot and corner strike. Now, if you guys want to learn more about match defense and how it works when the motion player's out in gun bunch, which actually turns it into a trip set against trip tight end, U-trip spread sets, and a wide variation of different offenses, become a member today for $9.95 per month via the PayPal link in the description. We're going to be using this particular defense for Z-spot and corner strike specifically. Again, do not use this for clear FLN and do not use this for stick. Stick is in the West Coast offense, and here soon I'll be talking about that in this particular video. Now, right off the bat, we're going to go ahead and press and shade down. Now, the only thing I want to do is take away this hard plat, put him back into a cloud plat, and then I'll go ahead and back him off. That's YAX up on the right stick. Shade down, Y down on the right stick, and then to go ahead and recloud him, YYX down on the left stick, and bam. This is what the defense is looking like currently. Now the user is going to be this hook curl. You can user the mid read as well, but against gun bunch, since there's no through receiver hook on this particular defense, I'm going to go ahead and user the hook curl and act as the 3-rec hook. So for now, this is what we're going to go ahead and stick with on offense, is a route combination like this, and all we really got to do is we just got to go ahead and bracket off the corner out and the streak route, and then work our way back down to the middle of the field. And you can see how beautifully that matched these corner outs and that streak route. There is quite literally nothing open except for a potential ag catch. So again, one more time, we're going to go ahead and press, shade down, take X, back him off, and recloud him. So this is what the defense looks like. You can use the hook curl, you can use this mid read. I like to leave the mid read and let him do his thing. Streak, in route, block the running back, really simple route combination, snap the ball, bracket off these two guys, let him go do his thing, and then come back down to the little baby in route. And you can see how beautifully that defense plays this particular route combination. It is hands down one of the most popular route combinations you're going to see in bunch. The next play I want to talk about is going to be stick out of the West Coast offense. Now, the number one most important thing is to identify what bunch you're facing. Clear out FLN is automatically Washington. If they come out in deep attack or stick, it is automatically the West Coast bunch. For now, we're going to be in the West Coast bunch, and we're going to be using DB Fire 2 to stop the play stick. Now, stick is a different corner out from corner strike and Z-spot, in which it gets more shallow and it beats man defense as well. We have auto alignment set to base. We're going to go ahead and press these guys. Very first thing should always be baseline press. From here, we're going to go YY, B, down on the left stick, and then YA, B, up on the right stick. This is going to be a backed off cloud flat. Now from here, you can do two things. You can either man up the tight end on the flat route and then user this guy and watch the receiver going on a vertical route, or you can take him, middle third him, and then take the nickel corner on the right side, in this case A, drop him into a hard flat and run the defense like this. Now, they may send 5 out, and we're going to talk about the blitz more later in detail of how you can get this to scrim against a blocked running back, so hit that subscribe button. But for now, this is what the defense looks like. We're going to go ahead and just stand right here and run our defense like this. Now, keep in mind, we would have a flat zone KO corner right there. You click on, make a play by holding X and swat the ball. You're going to be able to get that ball out of their hands fairly easily. Right there, I'm going to try my best to click on, but you can see even without a flat zone KO, trying to freeform pass that, it is a very tight window for them to be able to throw. Now you may be thinking, well, can't you just leave this as a pressed? Let me show you what happens when we go ahead and press them and we change them into cloud flat. Same exact defense we were running just now. Ball, And what I'm going to be able to do essentially is be able to freeform over the top of that flat zone KO. Earlier we were running the cover 3 out of this defense. I want to show you guys how this stick play actually beats that. You're going to see that the outside third on the right side of the field is not going to have a chance in playing that. And well, right there, he actually managed to jump that ball even though he's a baseline press clout. That's crazy. But you can see how the outside third has no chance in playing that corner out. And that's primarily because the streak routes pulling that deep zone downfield. But then also because it's a baby corner out, the baby corner out is going to get underneath all deep zones, including your match defense. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, this is going to be a multi-part series. With every offense I'm going to face, I'm going to be doing a breakdown of how you can go about defending off meta as well as meta formations. This is a free defensive ebook here on the channel, but if you want a more detailed breakdown, head on over to the Discord server. It is also called the Madden Mastermind. We're going to call it Madden Mastermind Gold Edition for $9.95 per month. You get access to that as well as weekly live streams. It's essentially coaching every single weekend. Subscribe if you guys are new. Click the link down below in the description to get access to the gold standard of this content. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way.